What's up, everyone? Happy Sunday. How we doing? I have a fancy new chat in the corner that I set up 2 minutes before the stream. Also, first stream not wearing a hat. Headphones feel weird. Can confirm. Let me know if you want. I know we just started, but let me know if you want this chat that's chilling right here in the corner. Wait a minute, I can hear myself. Oh, it's my phone. Let me know if you want this chat right here chilling in the corner so you can see more of FL Studio, or if you liked it how I had it before where there was like a gap here and I actually had the legit like real YouTube chat up. Because I can do that as well. Right now I have the chat up over here so I can look at the chat. And that's a little easier for me. Although if that's not easier for you, you can let me know. Obviously, viewers kind of come first here. I can go either way. But today is a D&B stream. Today is drum and bass. And I'm excited. I haven't done drum and bass in a good while, actually. Let me make sure that this is set up correctly. Whoa. I forgot that I can zoom in like a tab. Like an actual internet tab. I forgot that that was possible. Well, it no longer seems to be okay, my chat is stuck. This is a mess so far. My chat is stuck like this. My chat is stuck like this, and I can't unzoom. Okay, there we go. Now I can actually see what people are saying. Awesome. Looking good. Make it bigger. Okay, how would I make it bigger? That shouldn't be too hard. It shouldn't be too hard. I could do that real quick. As people are rolling in. Let me edit this. Okay. Let's see. Chat's text size. Let me increase this. Yeah, and then I can just bring this height up a little bit. Height up. Yeah, something like that. Okay, we're not moving fast enough to where I think we need any more than that. I think that'll be fine. That'll be fine. No problem. No problem. Yeah, it felt kind of scuffed to me just having like the legit box that was meant to like for me to look at, like this actual legit chat box, having that being the one that everyone watches on stream felt kind of weird. And I knew there was a way to do it. I just never looked it up. It was just a plug-in. It was no problem. But all right, we're doing drum and bass today, people. We're making drum and bass. I'm probably going to add to make it like a neuro drum and bass track. There's a lot of different styles of drum and bass. There's a ton of different kinds you can do. I might mix them up. I don't know exactly how I'm going to do it, but I'm going to have fun today. And I do have a little something to start out. It's not something complicated. I'll show you exactly how I made it, but it turned out pretty cool. Last night, actually, I was bored and I wanted to test this out. I took a saw wave in Harmor. I'm going to be using a lot of Harmor. I'm just giving you fair warning right now. I'm going to be using a lot of Harmor. Are you going to continue your last D&B project? This is new. This is a new project. But I took a saw wave, added 2 voices, and played this. It's just one note. I know it's in C, which is not ideal. But I have a bandpass filter here, and I'm moving these things around. It's a little quiet. But it's just moving around in this kind of neuro-y pattern. Let me scoot me over to the side. Just moving around in that sort of weird neuro-y pattern, except it's just a normal saw wave. And what I did is I threw that, just a saw wave, played in C, right into another Harmor patch. And you can see it right here. This is what the spectrum looks like. I threw it right in here. I scaled it all down so it's all in pitch. And then I started messing with things. I messed with the prism. I added more unison. I added like band stops, which are like band rejects. They're kind of the opposite of a band pass. So there's some weird like ribbon distortion, compression, tight delay, tight reverb, tight chorus. And I got this really cool neuro sound. So it started its life literally just as a saw wave. Like that was just a saw wave with a couple of filters. But now I actually made it a decent bass, and I think it sounds pretty good, especially with like the reverb and delay and stuff. Like if I turn this off, it still sounds good, but especially if you're listening in headphones, the reverb just makes it so much more fun. I like it. Looking sleek as fuck. Thank you. And you're gaining... Yep, I am. That is true. That is a true statement. So I have that, and that's going to be kind of my starting point. Again, it's in C. But beauty of Harmor, I can always change it up. No problem at all. I think now that I have that bass, though, the first thing I want to get down is a drum pattern. Because I have a drum pattern playing in my head. I just wanted to show you guys like what I did to create that bass, so you're not like, what on earth? Why are we just starting with a bass? I have no idea what happened. Can I make Doom music next time, please? I don't know about next time, but I will definitely make Doom music again in the future. It's very popular on the channel, and I like making it. But the first thing I'm going to pull up is I'm going to pull up Easy Drummer, because I want to actually lay down a beat first, and I want to lay down a beat with an acoustic style kit, and I want to just lay it down, and then I can add synthetic drums and other drum loops and layers on top of it. It's drum and bass, so the drum programming is going to be generally complicated. I might as well get that started. So I have a general idea. Let me turn on my my keyboard, which is not turning on for some reason. Hold up. Troubleshooting. Live on stage. It's not plugged in. Okay. My setup is not optimized. There we go. My setup is not optimized for on-stream troubleshooting. But I got it. You heard the honk. It's all plugged in. What's the best BPM for orchestral dubstep? I don't know. For orchestral stuff, going faster than 150 can be rough. Because if it's really fast, then it can be really hard to program the orchestral elements and make them actually sound crisp and good. So, drums. Haircut and without the hat. Both. Both of them. I need to turn this up. Yeah, and I'll just keep the velocities high, no problem. Let me lay down this beat, and then I will change up the actual kit that I'm using. Let's see. There we go. I need these velocities to be strong. What in the world? I want it to go like this. No, nope. Is that the only open hi-hat? I could have sworn there was another one. Yeah, I guess that's the best one. Yeah, so it's going to have kind of an interesting kick snare pattern here. And that's going to be like, I don't know, I'm going to do some weird sort of drum filly stuff. And then we'll go into a more understandable. Actually, maybe I'll scoot that aside. Like that. So we'll kind of bounce back and forth from those two kind of drum patterns. Now, right now, I'm using just exactly the same drums, so it doesn't sound that different from each other. But definitely will. Let me turn it up a little bit here. Liquid soulful? I don't know about soulful. This will be sort of liquidy, maybe. I don't know. Any good electric guitar VST contact type for lo-fi? For lo-fi, I don't know. If you had said for metal, I would have said Shreddage or the Odin. But I don't know about lo-fi. Not sure about that one. Where's just a ride cymbal? All right, bell. I'm not familiar enough with general MIDI to put this down really quickly. I have to make sure I find the right notes. I don't even know if that's possible to play. It just kind of sounds good. Ooh. I want this one to stop. Oh yeah, we'll stop it. Yeah, that's better. And the little hi-hat layer here as well. I'm not really focused on whether this is possible to play because I'm going to add a bunch of drum layers that are definitely impossible to play. I just want this to be, I just want this to still sound generally organic. What plugin is this? This is Easy Drummer. Easy Drummer. Love the new chat type. Awesome. Ample. Oh, Ample. Don't they make like a bass and a guitar and stuff like that? Yeah, Ample guitar. The shuffle was born. Ghost notes on the snare is a good idea. So maybe change up. Oh, that's a good one. Let me. Or maybe we can switch back and forth. Yeah, I like that. I think that sounds pretty good. Is there a choke? What? Why is it now? Oh, I need it to be. And now what I'll do after that is I will go through and I will change up the kit and see what kits sound the best, because there's a few of them in here. I have like one custom metal kit and a lo-fi kit, but I don't want to use either of these. Nah, I don't like the snares. Nah. That's strange effects. Watch me just go with the default one. This is the metal one. It's not horrible. Nah. I actually don't mind the pop one. I don't mind the pop one at all. Let's see, playing Doom Eternal. What vocal preamp to use to record your vocal library? I was not actually the one who did those recordings, so I couldn't tell you that. Is Harmer better than Serum? Depends on what you want. I like Harmer, but I also really like Serum. I'd say if I had to choose one to use for the rest of my life, at this point, I'd probably choose Harmer. No, that snare's horrible. Prog rock. That's actually not bad. That's not a bad one. Let me see. Yeah, we only have a few more to go through. Let's just check them out. No, that's not good. Oh. Yeah, I like this one a lot. I like the roomy rock. I think that would make a really good layer. Let me check these real quick. That's not bad either. The roomy rock just sounded really good. Nah, not the blues. No. Yeah, that's just too tight. I want something with more room. This is the original one. Which still does sound good, but I'm going to go with the roomy rock. And now let me add a little bit of soft clipping to this. And then I will pull up a Maximus. This might be kind of loud for you. I'll turn it down a little bit. I want to make sure this bass doesn't get too out of hand. Because we are going to add synthetic layers to this. This is just kind of the acoustic backing. Okay, yeah, that's good. That's good. Some good backing layers. So now let me get some drums that I can layer on top of this that are more synthetic. And then I'll also layer like drum loops and stuff. It's going to be good. The tighter one is better. It doesn't have the room though. It doesn't have the room that I wanted. I actually love the horrible snare. Horrible snare. Yeah, I got a very nice, what do you call it? Magneto helmet hairline. Looks good. Looks good. Let me get, let's see, where is it? Where's just my sounds? Oh, okay, there it is. Lost my sample packs folder. Let's see, I don't know where I'm going to get these. Let me go and check out a few different packs because I could have some good drums for drum and bass in a bunch of different ones. Here's clear drums. Let me see if I can get a good kick. I think the hard kicks are going to be too harsh. Maybe not. These are actually good. Ooh, that's not bad. That does not sound bad at all. I'll just have to make it louder than the backing acoustic kit. Look how quiet it is. Why is it so quiet? There we go. Okay, I like that kick. Let me delete it because I actually realized that I probably want to do this in the playlist. So I can have the drum loop in the pattern and then the drums itself in the playlist, like the synthetic ones. And they'll also just be louder by default. All right, and let me find a good snare. Let me see if I can get a snare from this pack still. Again, all of this, what I'm doing right now, is still subject to change, so I don't necessarily have to go with these. Nah. No. Nope. No, I'll check a different pack. I want a nice high-pitched snare, something really tight. Something very tight. What would be a good place to get that? Let's see, Ultimate Producer Bundle. Maybe I have some in here? Let me check. I got snares all over the place. I have to make sure it fits with the other acoustic snare as well. It's too low. Let me try something. I'm going to try this, but then make a second version. So I'll make this unique, and then do that. I'm actually okay with that. Maybe I can just shorten these a little bit. Make sure they're routed through the same track, and I can frequency shift them as well if I want. Because now that I have my full version of FL Studio, I can use frequency shifter. What if I actually put frequency shifter on these? I don't think it's going to work. I just want to test it out before I move on to more different drum layering. More different drum layering. Where did it go? I actually like that. It pitches it up a little bit. I think it makes the low end less muddy. Snare's gotta change though. Let's go into a different pack and see if I can get a different snare. Sound bundles. Mega drums. Maybe I can get something in mega drums. Oh yeah. Ooh, that's cool. That's really neuro-y. I like that. Is there coming Ultimate Producer Bundle 2022? Yes, there is. There is. Awesome channel, man. Much better producing music. Awesome. Glad to hear it. I really like this snare. Well, that's cool. Doesn't really work though. Drum and bass snares are very tricky. They are very tricky things. So I think, let's see, I'm going to pick one that'll change later. I just want to get something down right now, and then I can better sort of, I can better pick a snare later. So I just want to pick one that's decent at this point. I just want a decent one. So I'll go into here and just find a decent one, and then I'll keep going. These are very high frequency. Let's shorten this up, make it tight. And now let's add a little bit of soft clipping. Maybe a little bit more soft clipping. Nah, maybe not that much. Yeah, drums will probably change in the future. I just want to get some bass down at this point. I think that would be a better idea. Unless I find a Neurofunk arsenal at the last minute. A lot of these are very similar to that one. There we go. Whoop. Okay, that sounds a little better. I'm liking the sound of that. Okay, now that we have that going, I'm going to go back into kind of the bass realm of things and get the bass situated. Again, we have this sound, which is already pretty interesting. Ooh, shaker loop. That's also a good idea. That is also a good idea. Yeah, I'm definitely going to pull in drum breaks and drum fills and stuff as well in this. I'm not just going to leave it to this. There's going to be other percussions and a bunch of other cool elements in there. I think I'll do it in D, just because I think this particular sound sounds good in D. Not as much down there. Mainly up there. I think that's where it's going to be by far the most useful to do something like that. So what I'm going to do here, I'm actually going to record this out into an Edison. So on play. It's always there if I need it again, but right now I kind of want to work with audio. Yeah, how it works is I have it going all the way through the loop and then ping pong all the way back. So it kind of goes back and forth here. You can hear some of the same tonalities and same sounds. So I have that there. So that's there, and that I can fill in different spaces and work with it that way. But not only that, I can also duplicate this harmor. I can clone it and then create something that's a little more of a one shot. Like that. I can even create something more along the lines of like a pluck bass, which I'm definitely going to want some kind of pluck bass in here at some point. So let me clone this right here. I'll throw that right into 22. And I think what I'll do is I'll actually open up a Serum Effects, because with Serum Effects, I can create a pluck pattern here. Why is that not doing anything at all? Oh, I have it routed into the wrong channel. There we go. No sound, just as I suspected. And I want to create a fast, tight pluck bass. And it even does that to the reverb. Now there's some clickage, which is not ideal. There we go, that's a little better. See, that just sounds good. Oh, I could even make it a square. That's kind of sick. I like that. I like that a lot. I think that would mix in very, very well. And I would add like other pluck layers to it as well. All kinds of stuff. Oh, there we go. Listen to that. I'm just making weird sounds. Would this sound any good if I were to add something like OTT? Kind of, although it gets pretty clicky. If I do that, I might have to keep it, like kind of keep it very contained. Let's try to add disperser. Oh yeah. Oh, listen to that. That sounds good. That sounds very juicy. Original thought that I went far away from is, what if I added a little bit of bit crushing? Not half bad. Oh, you already know what's happening. Oh, and now I got to pitch this down. Because that's in, or I got to pitch it up? I don't really want to do that. That's not as much a filler bass though. That's more of like an accent bass where you're like, you really hear the tonality. I got to do like filler basses and stuff as well. Drum and bass is pretty... Why is that not making sound? Doesn't make any sense. Doesn't make any sense. Why not? Oh, that only works when it's playing. That's annoying. I don't want that to happen. I want it to be like this. Why? That doesn't make any sense. Shouldn't this determine... whatever. I'll just do this and then flip it. Flip. Actually, no. I feel like I'm just not playing this on the right pitch at all. Why are those things so drastically different? I like rendered it out. Oh, I did render it out in D. Oh, okay, so it's fine. It's totally fine. There's nothing wrong with that. And this one. I was smart at the beginning. I assumed that I wasn't being clever, but I actually was. Everything has been rendered in D. I like writing in D. But like I said, I need to create a less tonal sound, one that's a little more neuro-y, and one that's a little like you can't hear the pitch as much. It's just more for texture. So I'm going to do a tad bit of sound design at the beginning of this as well. We're just getting some sounds together, and then we'll work on layering them afterward. So I want pattern 3 here. No, I want pattern 2 here. Which pattern has... Oh, no pattern has it yet. Never mind. Let me go ahead and copy this. Copy. And paste. Okay. So there's our second pattern of bass right there. And now let's create something neuro-y. Something neuro-y that's not as tonal. I think just for the sake of ease, I am going to use Harmor again, because I would like all these sounds to kind of fit together. And if I use the same plugin for the basses, I think it's going to fit together a lot better. So what I'm going to do to start off, I'm going to start off in D rather than C, because that's just smarter. And now let me, there we go. Question is, should I do something similar to what I did before? That sort of thing. I don't know. I think first step for me would probably be to make an actual reese shape, just to begin with. So let me take 2 voices, bring the pan down. First starts as drum and bass, then evolved to neurofunk. Yeah, I don't know where this is exactly going to go. It's going to be some form of drum and bass, but you know, I'll see what I'll see where the song takes me. That's what I like to do. Oh, interesting, because the saw wave has harmonics that are lower than the square wave. The saw wave moves slower. Maybe because of that, it would be better for me to use the square wave. How about bass and drum instead? Look at this person over here, innovating genres. Anyway, so if I take bandpass. Yeah, I sort of enjoy that. But what I think I'm going to do is I'm just going to export the raw sound itself. Like this, maybe sliding up and down a couple of different places. Yeah, so I want something like that. It's just sliding around a bunch of different notes. Sorry, that was kind of hard to listen to, probably. So it's just moving all over the place. That's exactly what I want. And so now I can render this out. Let me just throw it into 19. And then I can take, let's see. Not Effector, I want Edison, and grab this audio file. Oh, look at that. That's weird. That is weird. Drum and neuro steps, row step elements too. That'd be nice. All right, and now that we have this, what I'm going to do, I'm going to throw this back into Harmor. But most of our effects are actually not going to be in Harmor. Most of our effects are going to be in post. I learned how to do this style effects that I'm going to show you from watching old Seamless videos. Old Seamless videos. He doesn't upload as much nowadays. At least the stuff that he uploads nowadays isn't quite as interesting as it used to be, in my opinion. But I still learned a lot from him. Look at that. That is weird. That is weird looking. Oh yeah, also let me go into the advanced section, turn down the denoise, because the denoise makes it sound real weird. And I'm just going to throw this on perfect and everything. Now for part B, turn down the denoise, turn on side. And I'll throw this in because this actually is stereo. It's mostly mono, but it actually is stereo. Let's link these parts. Now, normally I'd turn the scale down, but I don't want to in this situation. Because then that'll happen, and I don't really want that. So let me lay down this note right here. And then this will extend about this length, if I'm not mistaken. Ooh. That's kind of funky. Let me add some prism in here, and then in the second, let's see, in this post-processing in FL Studio, I will actually start to add more filters and stuff like that. I'm just trying to get kind of a juicy sound right out the gate. Harmonic prism, squelch. Oh, listen to that. That is weird. It's very thin, very crispy. That is strange. This sounds really weird, and I really like it. Ah, there we go. I like that. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to edit this articulator, and I'm going to throw it on LFO. Very juicy, very juicy. So let me run this into a new effect chain, and we'll start doing some more work on this, because this is starting to sound very good, very promising. I like it a lot. And I will throw, what else could I throw on this? Disperser. Just loads of disperser on that. Maybe a little bit more, not blood overdrive, maybe a little bit more crunch. Not with soft clipper either. Come on, fast distortion. It's extraordinarily distorted right now. That's totally okay. That's totally fine, because we're going to filter it later. And I think I actually just might go ahead and filter it right now with something like this. Like stuff like that. So what I'm going to do here, I'm going to create an automation clip for the frequency of this guy. Create an create an automation clip. There we go. And I thought I selected the length. And I'm going to just go ahead and add some random stuff here, add some random motions, stuff that I think would sound good as like a bandpass filter. I want it to be very low frequency focused, not terribly high frequency, but jumping up to the high frequencies at some particular points, you know? Yeah. Oh, I forgot how cool this was. Yeah, I think this is going to sound very good. Now, after that, let me add a notch. We can do this all in one EQ. So I'm going to add a notch filter. And it's going to be moving around like that, moving all over the place. Let me make sure to highlight the length first. There we go. Beauty. And now create an automation clip for this. Awesome. Can you do this video and also, okay. I didn't think about that. Hey, cheers though. You know, whatever works for you. But if you thought we were just going to add one notch filter, by Jove, you were wrong. Let me go down like this. 2 notch filters. Do I hear 2 notch filters, anyone? Do I hear 2 notch filters? Well, you're about to. It's very quiet right now, but not to fear. We will compress it later. And it will be loud, and it will be a lot of fun. Maybe way up here. Okay, that sounds cool. Do I hear 3 notch filters? 3 notch filters. Do I hear 3? Well, you are about to hear 3 notch filters. Let's see. Let's have this one kind of live its own life, do its own thing, not care about anyone else. Do I hear 4 notch filter? No, I'm kidding. Now, after this, what I want to do is, first off, I want to see if I can tighten this bandpass filter. Oh, that sounds good. I like it. Okay. Next thing, what do I want to add after this? I could add all kinds of things after this. Probably distortion and compression. Let me add a little bit of distortion right out the gate. Oh. Oh, that sounds good. That sounds really good. I like that area. There's a lot of motion. After that, let me add an OTT maybe. OTT before the distortion is a good idea. I could throw another disperser on it if I really wanted to mess it up. Doesn't really sound that good. I could add a Vocodex though if I really wanted to get strange. I'll just test this out and see if the Vocodex is something that we're interested in. Vocodex, where are you? Oh, that's Valhalla Room. Where's Vocodex? I realize I can do this. There it is. I can do that if I hit the right letter on the keyboard and it helps me out. Helps out my small brain. Ooh. I like how it sounds in the low end, not in the high end. What's a stable LUFS for D&B? I usually shoot for like 4 when I'm making heavy and loud music, although that really depends on the style of D&B. Other people would probably disagree. If you added a delay, like lots of it, oh, you're kind of right. Although I am going to add a lot of like compression and stuff to bring up all those like high-end and mid-range artifacts. So it's not going to remain so in the box. It's going to be brought up and pushed a lot. I like juice. Let me try fat growl. I like that a lot. I really like the way that this Vocodex is sounding. Oh, there are some resonances in the low frequencies. I like that, but it's just so obviously Vocodex. It's so obviously Vocodex. I'm going to go with Fat Growl. That's just my specific presets that I tend to use a lot. After that, let me throw on a Maximus. Maximus, where are you? Actually, maybe a little bit of fast distortion. Listen to that crunch. Awesome. Okay, now a Maximus for some multi-band compression. There we go. I'm going to get into the habit of that, like hitting the letter, because it just takes me too long to find these plugins. It's not even that I have too many of them. I'm just dumb. Okay, we're going to be cutting the sub bass in favor of an external sub, but I'm just going to compress the sub anyway. Here's the fun stuff. The parts where it goes and opens up actually aren't as pleasant as I thought they would be, but I can still use them. Like they're still utilizable. Let me get a fruity chorus. Part of me really wants to add another one of those, but I think it just might be too much. Might be just a little too much. Not too much OTT. Okay. This is alright. We'd love to see you process of making plucky basses. Like, I don't know who any of those people are, but I did make a little plucky bass. Where is it? Here? Yeah. So that could actually be more plucky now that I'm thinking about it. This is probably not like any of those artists that you mentioned, but it is something plucky that I'm going to use. So I just routed that into this track, and I'm going to throw one last OTT. But I'm going to take the high end, and I'm going to do something special. First of all, this is going up 18.1. This is coming down 18.1, just so I can have more of some more headroom to work with here. I want to add a double curve. Like that. And now what if I add a really tight reverb? Really tight reverb. Size, down, decay, down. See, I like that a lot better. And I feel like it fits in with the other sounds better as well. Yeah, nice. And we have the basses to work with. Now let's start laying things out. Now that we have the drums set up, and there's going to be more drums later, and some of the basses set up, we can start really organizing things into a drop. So I'm going to go ahead first off and take this, cut that sub because we want an external sub, and I'm going to do that for everything here. Just cut that sub bass. I'm actually pretty happy with the way this bass turned out. I think it turned out pretty sick. And then a fun trick for what we can do for variation is just take these and then chop them. Maybe here. Actually, wait a minute. I want to make sure I get this correct. Otherwise, I'm going to look stupid. Let's see. Here and here. And then all you have to do to create some variation is just to scoop these around a little bit. See, I like that. That sounds good. That sounds really good to me. Yeah. Okay. I'll do the steady part first, I think. Like the steady bass parts first. And already, as I'm about to lay things out, I know what I want to do for variation of this sound. I think I know what I'm about to do, but then things change, you know? Things change. I'm going to take 22. Again, as always, things are not very organized in my mixer track. I am sorry about that. It might be hard for you to see. Might be hard for you to see. Let's see. Nightmare Run, Dying Sample. I have no idea what that means. Oh, unless you're talking about Doom. We're still talking about Doom. King of Rollers. Too noisy or remix competitions. Oh yeah, I've seen that they've done remix competitions in the past, but I've never checked out any of the submissions, or I've never done anything for them. Okay, 26. Why did that not work? Oh, because I have the wrong thing open. Pattern 5. Okay, copy, paste, and cut. And for this one, I just want to do it slower. I think something like that, as long as we make sure that it's deep, we can layer that in behind other basses. I like that. I'm just going to go ahead and grab this spot because this spot is really cool to me. We can throw this in here and start layering this in. Oh, do you hear this part? That part? That's good, a good neuro sound. This snare needs to be tighter. And this high end can come down a little bit. You see how the pluck bass just kind of comes in there and it adds a subtle tonality and it keeps the rhythm, so then I can bring some of the fast pluck in. I like the depth of this part. Ooh. And there needs to be side chaining. There's no side chaining so far in this track, so it's sounding pretty decent without side chaining. I have some pretty good expectations for this. A horde mode. Oh, okay. The bass you put down sounds like slow-mo guys music. I've seen the slow-mo guys. I have no idea what slow-mo guys music is like. Maybe throw in some O's or Ahs. That could be interesting. I want to throw in a bunch of different sound effects and ear candy and stuff like that too as well. Ring modulation. Would be interesting. Although ring modulation usually comes out very atonal. Have I watched Invincible? I haven't. I should, because I'm on my... I'm still on my parents' Amazon Prime account. I should just watch it. I can, but I just haven't gotten around to it or anything. When do you usually do feedback streams? Same day as I usually do normal streams. It's just every now and then. It's not like a scheduled thing. It's just every now and then we'll throw in a feedback stream. Ooh. Oh, that is nasty. I'm taking that. I'm taking that. It's very loud. What's in 25? Okay, this is turning out to be a very strange song, but I like it. Oh, listen to that. Listen to this right here. Why on earth are these things locked? Like, okay. Okay, I like this. I think this is sounding cool. I've said this like several times. I'm just trying to figure out where I'm going with it because I do like it. I just have to make sure I have a cool pattern in mind for this particular bit. Ooh. I'm hearing another sound. I'm hearing another sound. This is so much sound design. Honestly, this is like the majority of like the time making drum and bass is spent on sound design. So this is not abnormal at all for drum and bass. I just want to make sure that I keep the stream moving because sound design can take very long. And I want to make sure this stays interesting to watch. But then again, at the same time, I know you guys want to see like how a good track is made. So I want to make sure I spend time on the things that I need to. Oh, that's Icicle. That's contemporary. I can't do that. It's very loud. Add some prism, as I usually do, because I love the way it sounds. Can I add another harmonic on top of this? How would I do that with B? Should I add like harmonics to it? That would be sick because there's a lot of other tonal stuff happening in here. Yeah, and if I just affect that, that would be awesome. Okay, just throw some effects on that to make it a little more juicy, a little less dry. First step, and then after I add effects to it, I will add sidechain because it needs it. How would I make this juicy? Vocodex. Where's Vocodex at? Here it is. Ooh. I still want high end though. That's not bad. That's not bad. Neither is that. Still so obviously vocodex. Yeah, cool. And then before that, I will add a maximus just to make sure that the low frequencies are controlled before the vocodex so we get a consistent tone. And then before this, obviously, I'm going to cut the sub just like all the other basses. I have to have a sub bass too, so I need a sub bass and a sidechain. And then I'm going to add other basses in between as well. Like maybe one of these sounds would work pretty good here. Maybe not. It's a little too high up. I need something deeper. I need something deeper as well. But anyway, before I do that, I will stick to my word and I will add a sidechain. I will be honest and truthful as I am frequently. Okay, absolutely everything here is going through the sidechain. I know that for a fact, Jack. So let me take a limiter. Where are you? Oh, wait, it's a fruity limiter. Oh, that's a problem. That doesn't help me. Doesn't help me at all. I can't find it any faster. That's annoying. I thought I would be able to do that. Sealing up. And then create a little automation clip for this gain. Boom. Let me add the sidechain on top of everything else. That's what I usually do. Have a shadow of organization in my projects at least. Just go with the flow. Yeah, you should make a melody with this. That's a little bit of a melody. Instead of harmonics, just do some excitement. I kind of like the harmonics. I think the harmonic sounds pretty good. Oh, what key do you press to scroll through samples like this? Oh yeah, that's this tool up here. This slip tool allows you to take an audio file and just kind of scroll through it. So it's just a little arrow tool up there. Super handy, especially when you have long files. Every time I render out basses, I always end up using it. Let me make sure that I have the sidechains in the right places first, because this is kind of confusing to look at. I really do actually like the kick. The snare still might change. Snare still might change, but I'm happy with the kick. It's like punchy and synthetic, but it still has that real sound to it, and it's not crazy in the low end. Now let's see, is all of this side chaining the way it should? It sounds so much better with sidechaining. Should I do something as simple as that? I'm not here. I never have been here. I'm a figment of your imagination that exists all the time. If you go onto the Ghosthack YouTube page, it actually doesn't exist. Not a lot of people know this. Now I want to take these drums right here, and I kind of want to trash them up. Now I really wish I had isotope trash, but I do not. I really do not. So how do I want to do this? My stomach started hurting a lot, like really quickly, just right now. That is really unfortunate. Destructor maybe? Let me go into this easy drummer and let me adjust the room size here. I like how that sounds. Okay, this is sounding gas. I like this a lot. I like this a lot. I need to add more hi-hat action in here, though. Because it's kind of lacking it. Like, it's really energetic in this section. Yeah. Mandala effect that just exists in your collective memory. Yeah, you've convinced yourself that I'm real. That's something that you convinced yourself of. We didn't do this. You did. It's all you. I think I want to take a drum loop real quick, and I want to see if I can just... The transition from that was beautiful. I want to take an amen break, and I want to see if I can just take the high end from it and layer it over this part. I think that would be really cool and kind of creative. So let me take, let's see, amen break. I kind of like that one because it almost sounds like there's a tambourine in there. Almost sounds like a tambourine. And I really appreciate that. So let me see if I can use that, and let me just grab like the high end. I think that would work out really well. I could totally chop it up as well. Let me see, is there stereo to this? I could maybe further stereoize it. There is no stereo, and that's a little unfortunate. Maybe I could add some. I don't recommend using this stereo delay function often, but when you do, throw the track in mono and make sure that it sounds good in mono before you leave it stereo. Yeah, and let's sidechain it. No, it's not sidechain it. That's just chaotic. It's so crazy. Nah, I can't use it. It's too much. It's too much. I need just hi-hats. I like the drums a lot, but I need just hi-hats. Hi-hats. Do we do this music thing? How do I download my music to get an opinion on? We do feedback streams every now and then for SoundCloud and YouTube. We do those occasionally. Not every week, but on occasion. So that would be the best opportunity for us to give you feedback on your tracks. Also, the Ghosthack Discord. There is a Discord, which you can post your track for feedback at any point. You could join that link in the description. But I just want some hi-hats right now. But I don't want it to be from the kit. I want it to be from a different source. I want to mix up my drum sources. So I'm going to go into, let's see, Neurofunk Arsenal 2. I'm going to find some loops and see if I can get some hat loops. Yeah. I kind of like this one because it's steady. It's not too crazy. Although I could always mix it up. Not too high frequency. Well, that is just completely not what I want. That's kind of nice. I like the gallop. Too fast though. I need it simple. We're going with this because it has some nice stereo feel. But it's being sidechained, of course. And I can maybe add a little bit of like super tight reverb to this too. Let me roll off the top end so it's not so sharp. And now I want to add sub bass because so far I have 0 sub bass and it makes me sad. I'm sad about that. It's going to be interesting putting this sub bass in. It's going to be kind of strange because I have several patterns going on playing several different things, but it's going to have to be done anyway, so I might as well go ahead and hop on this since we're making progress here. We're moving. We are moving. You can use the drums for fill, like after 1632 bars. Oh, are you talking about like the drum loop? That's a really good idea. I'm definitely going to do that. I'm totally going to grab some breaks. Oh, there's some breaks in here too. These are very, very tight. I want something a little like trashier, a little messier. I think that would be cool. When's the last time I checked my Instagram? A very long time. I haven't checked my Instagram in a very long time. I have to make sure that these are in the right key. Nope, not fast enough. I could do that, but I prefer to leave it at the A. And I have no idea what other basses are going to go in there for right. So for right now, I'm going to leave the sub like this. The sub definitely getting sidechained. And I'm going to add a little bit of soft clipper. Maybe a little bit more soft clipper. Yeah, I like that. Maybe let's go in here. This is how I make subs. I just add some harmonics here. Part of me feels like I should add a little bit of white noise on top of this too. I'll try it out. I'll try out some white noise, see if it works. If it doesn't, that's totally cool. I can just take it away. No problem. It's going to be tricky. Duplicate the layer, and for the low end, let's see. Soothe 2 as sidechain EQ. I don't have experience with that. Although sidechain EQ isn't something that is alien to me. Like I've done that before. Having trouble joining Discord. Tried to reach you on Instagram. Oh, okay. I don't exactly know what troubles you're having. I haven't checked, but yeah, I'm not sure exactly what the issue is. I can check afterward if your name on YouTube is the same as it is on Instagram. I can look through my DMs and I can check and I can see if I can help. As long as you accept the rules, then you should be fine. It shouldn't be too difficult, but not exactly something I can do on stream. Not the right one. Listen to that. Also, I will admit myself, I am not very good at Discord. I'm not on it like all the time either, so I would only be helping as much as I could. I don't like the noise in those areas. I like the noise in the first bits. I like them there. Oh, do I have tambourines? Tambourines would be awesome. There's rides, which are pretty cool, but I want tambourines. Where are my drums? Let's see. Closed hi-hats, open hi-hats, rides. Yeah, nah, tambourines. Tambourines somewhere. I got them. I got tambourines. I just have to figure out where. Let's see. Where would have tambourines? Mega drums might have tambourines. Where's mega drums? Is it not there? Oh, it's probably in a bundle. It's in a bundle. I don't have my sounds organized the way I should. See, here's this. Sound packs, mega drums. There we go. They have percussion loops. I don't think tambourines are... Oh, they are in here. Interesting. Oh, 172. Oh, that's kind of sick. I don't think that's what I want, though, so I might make my own. Make my own. Percussions. Oh, do I have to rip a tambourine? It's all good. I can rip a tambourine. Let's take loops, percussion loops. They're gated like that, which is cool, but not for drum and bass. Let's try this and I can speed it up. That would be interesting. That would be fun. Yeah, something like that. Stretch it. Stretch Pro. It's very similar to what the hi-hat is doing, but it's just a little more, there's a little more ring to it. As a matter of fact, I'll actually throw a limiter on here. So we just get the ringing of the tambourine. We don't get the, like, the snappiness. And maybe now I can do the stereo delay. Yeah, I like that a lot. I think that sounds really good. I need a bass to go right here though. Right there. So let me find a good spot here. Already I found a cool one. Let's take this over here. Let's see how this fits in. That's not bad. That's not bad at all. Kick is beefy. Yeah. I ain't capping. You should grab a loop, throw it into SliceX. I haven't used SliceX in a minute. I've always just used Fruity Slicer. That's been the easiest for me. Greetings from Spain. Nice. How you doing? Since I met, you do learn a lot. See you later to translate. I have enough trouble reading English. Like I'll think about me reading chat sometimes and I'm like, this is normal English and I have trouble just reading it. Yeah, something simple like that will probably do just fine. Even that might be a little bit much. Yeah, I'll have no bass in the... What just happened with my voice? I'll have no bass in the beginning. I'll just have that choke. And then there'll be a bass here. But I'll just like slide into the... Is there some way I can slide into it? I'm sure there is. Maybe something like that. Ooh, that's not bad. Okay, and I'll find a different spot for this. Cool. Okay. We're doing good. We're doing good things here. Things are moving along nicely. I think drum and bass is one of those genres that the more I do it, the better I seem to get at it. Like, I'm happier with this attempt at drum and bass than I am with the other attempts at drum and bass that I have in the past. And, like, the more I do it on the channel, like the first drum and bass live streams or tracks, I'm not as proud of today. But the more recent ones I'm happier with. I seem to improve the more I do that, which I guess is good. That happens a lot with the genre. Have fun with this. It's time to sleep. Have a good sleep. This is not really sleeping music, so kind of power down a little bit. Is that granular synth. Now, this is mostly Harmer. I think all of the basses here have come from Harmer. Harmer is very, very good. Do the womp on the second 16th note. The second 16th note? I'm assuming you mean womp, like that. But I don't think that would actually work very well. I think that would be a little too chaotic right at the beginning. Missed the first part of the stream, but how did you make the bass? I have several basses that I've made here. One I made off stream, which I explained how I made it. It was actually pretty simple. I explained how I made it at the beginning of the stream. And then these are variations of that bass. And then this bass was a completely different one I made by taking a square wave and making a reese and then throwing it back through Harmer and doing a bunch of post-processing. All kinds of stuff. So lots of cool basses. Whenever I try it, comes out dismal. I'm assuming you mean basses with basses and stuff. If that is the case, I was exactly the same way. I just kept trying it and I figured out what things sounded good and what things didn't sound good, like what I could do to make it sound more full. So cool. All right, we're looking good. I need something to fill up this space. So I'm going to go ahead and grab a break. Let's see, drum break. I don't want to take from these amen breaks. I want to go, there should be D&B breaks. Yeah, just that I downloaded from the internet. I actually kind of like this. There's a lot of bass to it, but I think if I chop it up and I EQ out the bass, it could sound pretty interesting. I'll probably layer a couple of these together. Throw this up there. It's so loud. Let me take out that high end. I'm going to take Utter 1 and I'm going to chop it up a little bit as well because I think layering these sort of drum breaks is really, really fun. You can get some cool results. Oh yeah, I forgot to cut the bass of this. This is very crazy, very chaotic. It's a little messy. It's hard to mix drum and bass because it's so fast. I like how that sounds. I like how that sounds. Let me add a little bit of fast distortion. Whoa. A little before and a little bit after the EQ. It's so messy. Should I run it through the sidechain? Nah, that's even messier. Maybe just no distortion. Yeah, I like that better. And then I have a good idea for how it will continue. So let me repeat this. Oh, I just really like this one sound right here. Oh, that's nice. I like it. It's tight. It's tight. It's tight. After I was done with the stream, head over to Artifacts' stream. Oh, really? Artifacts started streaming? Oh boy. There we go. A little bit of competition there. Not sure how I stand up to him. Let's see. Oh, save it. I haven't saved it at all. Let me save it. Let me save this. Let's see. Oh yeah, I actually had saved it as something, but that was way back at the beginning of the stream. This would be stream DNB. What's today's date? Let's see. I'm just gonna put 2/22. Yeah. What? How is that not a valid name? Shut up. 2/22. You happy? Okay, there we go. And now I can add a different synth to this part, or even do like a vocal or something. That would be cool. Something cool to add. For right now, I'll add a synth, but I could add a vocal or something. Just keep that in mind. Keep that in mind. Let me delete these, and let me just merge these pattern clips. Merge clips. It's so cool that you don't have to just merge pattern clips. Like, you could merge any kind of clip. Make this one unique. Dun dun. Another synth. What should I do that's synthy? Of course, I'm going to use Harmor. This is my way of making sure that all the basses fit together. Just use the same plugin. That's my advice. Dun dun. You just want a level. Okay, what do I want to do? Let me just scroll through synths. Why not? Oh, because I could have something fun. This is where I could get kind of creative with this. A vocal would be so cool though. A vocal would be so cool. And the more I think about it, the cooler a vocal would be. Just like a What would be a cool? It's not drum and bass at all. Not drum and bass at all. So I'm gonna delete that and I'm gonna grab a vocal. I want to use a vocal. Where could I get a cool vocal chop though? Like a strange, cool vocal chop. Oh, I forgot Mean Teeth Bites have a pack.
Now we're take us.
Nah. I want, I know I have so many, I just always forget where they are. I always forget. There's some vocal loops. Let's see, vocal chops. I just want, like, straight open vocals. That's what I'm looking for. This drum one-shots, nah. Nah. I will go into a vocal library. Because that is probably where the vocals are going to be, ironically enough. I could go into like a Latin vocal. Although I kind of want to find some ad-libs and stuff. So I'll go into here. I'm sure there's a vocal library in here. Ultimate Producer Bundle 2021 vocals. 2021. Ad-libs. Here we are. Kind of like that. I'm actually going to go with that. I could try out some different ones, but I think that one sounds pretty dang good. Let me trim this length. All right, let me make sure this envelope is selected here so I can just play this. Okay, not really what I wanted actually. I want something harsher. I don't know. You know, I need something harsher. Where could I get something like that? I need some heavier vocals. Oh, there is a heavier vocals pack. I know for a fact we have one of those. I just have to find it. I just have to find out where it is. Because I forget exactly where I put it. Let me go ahead and let me do a quick search here. Search through my library. I'm going to see if I can find these. Because there are some heavy vocals that have more harshness to them, and that's exactly what this needs for a layer. Look through my sample packs. Let's see. Heavy vocals should be in here. No, the amount of results for heavy is just insane. This is just crazy. I have to actually search heavy vocals. It's not there? Where is it? Did it get moved or removed? Oh, that sucks. If it did, that sucks. Because that's exactly what I would have needed. Dang, I know Ghosthack has the heavy vocal pack, but there's so many packs, I can't fit all the Ghosthack packs on my drive, so I don't have them all downloaded at once. Definitely don't. Faturator. Oh, that actually is a good idea. Did I already screw this up? Let me use Faturator. Maybe I could add a little bit of chorus before that. That is better. It's not perfect, but it is better. That was a good idea. I can add a destructor to it. Okay, that's better. That's better. You can tell by the determined, I get this determined look. My eyebrows are already like right above my eyes, which doesn't help the size of my forehead, but I get this steely eye. Deep male choir. Maybe, although that would be very kind of messy in the low end, you know what I'm saying? And I want to add like to this. Beautiful. This might be a hit or miss. Kind of cool. I'm trying to do weird stuff to see if I can find some gold that I'm not expecting. But it just doesn't seem to happen. That does sound kind of cool. Why does the B and the C kind of sound good? Like, by all accounts, it should not. But what I'm going to do here, I'm going to take the lower one and I'm going to pan it one way, take the higher one and pan it another way. This is big brain. This is big brain time. Maybe more extreme than that? That could be fun. Why is it not working now? It stopped working. Why? Oh, I was at the wrong point. After this, another chorus. What if I added a halftime? Would that sound good? I'm just throwing sound design at the wall here, seeing what sticks. Yeah, I like that. Maybe take down the low end. Really tight, short reverb. Like a really small room. That sounds cool. That sounds cool. I was about to try some. Oh yeah, OTT. Oh, that kind of does sound cool. Although I'll have to add more into those sections. Okay, nice, 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 nice. Could use a synth layer, maybe juicier, maybe something more saw-ish, saw wavy, especially seeing as a lot of the basses are very saw wavy. Brain hurts, yeah. Sound design kind of does that. I feel the bass coming in a little late now. Let's see, later than I feel that bass coming in a little later now to hear that tail a little bit. That doesn't make any sense at all. But I will continue working. Oh, this isn't sidechained. Oh, there needs to be more. All right, I'm going to take this, move this over here, and I'm going to get something a little more high frequency, a little harsher happening right here. I need it to be a little harsher than that. It just needs to kind of scrape and grit at your ears. I'll take a piece of this. See, that's very smooth. It needs to be harsh. That's harsh. Ooh, it has a little bit of rhythm to it. But I'll take this one, I'll make it unique, and I'll pitch it down 5. You can tell I'm very confident in that. Yeah, there we go. Let's move this over. Let's get a cooler part because this is just kind of boring. I like that. And then just for fun, we'll do something like this. We'll have a double hit, but I'll grab a different spot. Something with some sharp edges here. It's all very smooth. It's trippy watching that. Is that it? Is that as sharp as we get with this bass? This bass was very... See, that's kind of cool. Oh, that's exactly what just played. I can't do that. This bass was very low and deep down. So I'll probably take a different bass just to make something sharper. Yeah, different bass to make something sharper. Probably from this set, because this was pretty cool. I remember it being pretty cool. Yeah, little bits like that. See, that's cool. That's like got harmonics to it. Not high frequency enough, though. I like that. Okay, that sounds sick, but that vocal synth comes out of nowhere. I'd have to do some fancy work here. And I have an idea. I have no idea if this is going to work or not. I'm just testing it out just to see if this works. What I missed, I was making dinner. We're making drum and bass. Making drum and bass, brother. Will that even work? Is that too bait? I don't know. Yeah, I feel like that's kind of cheesy. What I'll do is I will go ahead and add an E right here. I'll make this mono. And I just want to record this out into an Edison. Now you just heard it with the sidechain. However, the sidechain is not here in the audio file. It is not affected. So what I want to do is I want to reverse it. And see if I can do it just before the switch. And maybe I can fade it in a little more so it's not as harsh. Just right it up front and center. Yeah, something like that is a little easier to listen to. Let me it trims it this way. That's annoying. That is annoying, although I need it trimmed. Need it trimmed. So I can do a cleaner fade. All right. Okay. Let's see. Real quick, I'm going to be right back because I got to use the bathroom real bad. So BRB, look at that. High quality. Only the highest production here at Ghosthack. And I will be right back. All right. And we're back in business. Never reached this level, but it's entertaining to watch someone learn his techniques. Hey, I didn't think I would reach this level either, and I still think I have a ways to go. It's the sky's the limit, really. So don't put yourself down. If you're listening in monitor, you might... Nah, I was upstairs. I was completely upstairs. You should add another reverse vocal synth the next one, but on a different note. Oh, on like this part right here? Because that could probably work out pretty good. I just want to see if this flows. Let me turn it down. Again, I say this like every time, but mixing trick, turn it down to where it's just sort of barely audible and listen really closely to how it sounds in the mix. Okay, I think that sounds good. I don't think we need a reverse vocal right here since it isn't like going into a vocal or like a reverse synth or anything like that. I do want to change up this drum pattern though. Oh, that's me. I turned up my volume on my phone too much. Not bad, not bad. I'm okay with that. I do want to add like the choke cymbal right there though. Where is it? It's in this pattern. Yeah, this. I want to add that little section. I actually really like how these drums turned out, these acoustic drums. Like, they're really trashy, and, like, listen to it without. It's not nearly the same. Like, that's so much better. Like, worlds better. Yeah, I think that sounds really good. I like that a lot. Okay, let me save this. Do I want to add like a drone or something in the background? I don't think so. Let me take another look at these drums real quick because I want to make sure these sound pretty good. I like the way the basses sound. The drums that I have so far are sounding very nice. I just want to add like some percussions or something. It already sounds so good. It sounds so good. I don't think there's really much else I could add. That's fire. That's fire. Oh, shaker. But there's already these hi-hats and tambourines. I don't think I need it. I don't think I need it. Yeah, I thought I would go back and add like percussions and stuff like that, but I don't even think I need to. I don't even think I need to. I think it's sounding pretty dang good, just like on its own like that. I think that's great. So I'm totally fine with that. I have no problem with that at all. So that's cool. Can we hear the drum solo? Yeah, I think. Well, didn't I just play the drum solo? An 808 cowbell? Yeah, honestly, I think these acoustic drums are just carrying. I think they're carrying, if I'm being completely honest. I think they are. What about an ARP? That could be really cool because everything has a tone here. So maybe I could try to bubble in an ARP just from the background. I don't want to make it too full. I don't want to make it too full because it already is pretty full and I think it's sounding good. I'm not going to use Harmor for an ARP because I think it's really easy to tell when an ARP is done in Harmor. It's not really ideal. Like I could go... What on earth pattern is this? Something like that. Where is it? Sorry, this is probably very harsh. There we go. Let me get a different table here. Not that one. I just want a little more character here. Okay, basically a saw wave, just a little different. That's my lush verb preset. I copied that from Virtual Riot. And a little bit of compression. This could be completely too overpowering. But we'll see. It's not at all. I think it sounds great. Up there, though? No, it's too high. It's too high. I'll make it lower, make it a little less harsh in the top end, maybe a little too much compression and downsampling, and then I'll just make it a little bit louder. And run it through the sidechain, of course. Cannot forget that. Let's do a high-pass filter. Oh, and we could pan it around side to side. That would be awesome. Which I love doing this. I'll make a shape kind of like this. I'll go up and down and back and forth and sort of play it like that. Yeah, and then I'll assign this to the pan. And I'll just get the timing right. There we go. And we have this like random panning sort of sound. There we go. I'm trying to get this to fit in like tone wise. Ooh. Not bad. Yeah, I like that just as a background ARP. I think it fills in a lot of space. I think it's good. Easy Drummer isn't a part of FL. That's true. That's true. Maybe open it up as it goes. Oh, I see what you're saying. Like open up the filter as it goes. I could do that in certain parts where there aren't as many basses. That would be a good idea. There's other ways of getting acoustic drums. Yeah, there's a lot of different ways of getting acoustic drums outside of Easy Drummer. Although it doesn't actually make that much difference, if I'm being completely honest. Honestly, I could just have that go up and down on its own if I just do this. Before I do anything outside of the drop, I'm just going to go ahead and give it a listen on my monitors. I can't listen to it super loud, but it'll give me a better sense of the mix. Do I have the hump where headphones should be? I can't see. I probably do. Let me turn these on. I'm gonna mute up real quick, but I'll be right back. Okay, that sounds good. I just want the ARP to be on the second half of this drop, like right when the vocals come in. Because I think it matches a little better. It matches a little better with that. Let's see. Okay. We're getting pretty close to 3 hours. I think I'll just create a little bit of a rise. I'm not going to create a full build up the way I would like with the track, but I'm just going to create a little rise into this drop just so it doesn't come completely out of nowhere, because we have a few minutes left and why not spend them being productive? But you don't. There's a lot of acoustic out there. Your drum is cool. Kick 2. Oh yeah, I've made a lot of kicks with Kick 2, but you don't exclusively need them programmed. They're good, but they do cost money. That is true. They do make life a lot easier, though. Like, a lot of times it is money well spent. But so I'm going to take this ARP. I'm just going to start out. Right here, I'll create the automation clip, rise that up. Again, this isn't going to be a build up exactly the same way that a track is. This is just sliding into the track a little more. You know what we'll do? We'll just record this out because it's going to be a lot easier if we do it this way. It's going to be a lot easier. Let's see, is this the right track? Yeah, it is. Okay. Much easier if we do this. And then I will kind of filter this into the drop, and it's going to make the drop sound a little more like it's meant to be there. Also make it a little more mono. let me merge this right here because I think I want to, actually, you know what? I'm going to make this full length. I'm just going to merge these. Merge. Boom. And now we're going to start out. And we'll filter these a little bit too. Whoa, I did not mean to do that. Man, why does that? I wish I could just disable that because that's so annoying. Oh, that's nice. I want a flam here. Tom Flam. Boom. We'd love to know how the ARP was created at the start of the film Passengers. Oh, okay, so not this ARP. It's like a completely different ARP. I have no idea. I have no idea. It's a good question. Will your drummer, you record drums to sample at all? I kind of know how to play the drums a little bit, but I don't have access to a drum kit. I have like a MIDI drum kit, so I don't call myself a drummer. I've more been learning how to drum a little bit. And I'm not half bad at it, but I haven't recorded samples of my own. Let's see. Guess the magic is the way you process the acoustic drums. They sound like room mics. Well, they do have room mics. Like there is room mics inside of Easy Drummer. Like right here, there's a reverb mic, and there's like an ambient. There's a couple of different ambience mic, and there's a compression mic and stuff like that. If all of this was off, it's all there. What I added like a frequency shifter for some reason, soft clipping, multi-band compression, and distortion. Along with cutting the sub. Let me take a couple of these right here and move these over here. Okay, cool. I like that. Just a little bit of an intro just to lead into the drop. Nothing complicated, nothing crazy complex at all, just super understandable, super basic. That'll bring us to about the 3-hour mark, so it turned out pretty cool. I'm actually pretty happy with this. Normally when I'm making complex genres like drum and bass, this is kind of the goal for how much I want to get down. I want to get down just a primary drop with all its elements there and a little bit of a, an intro or an outro if I have time. If I'm making something like synthwave or something that's a little less complex, especially in sound design, then I'll usually go for something more like a full-length track, or maybe if I'm doing some cinematic stuff or something, it'll be a little more full-length. But for this, I'm really happy with the progress I made just in 3 hours. I think it sounds pretty good. The mix could always use some work in pretty much every live stream. I say that pretty much every time because it's hard to get a perfect mix in 3 hours. I usually have to come back to it over the course of a few days to fix the mixing. But again, I really like how it sounds. Let me turn it up. Let me crank it a little harder through the master here because I think it could use it just a little bit harder. Probably not too much. And we can go ahead and listen to the whole thing that I created. Nice. Cool. Short and sweet, but then again, it is 172, so like if this was like, I don't know, 128, then it would be a good deal longer, like as far as time goes. So yeah, I like the drums. I think the drums turned out really good. Good acoustic layering, good electronic fundamental layering of synthetic drums. I like how the basses turned out. I like the sound design that happened. I like the use of synths. I'm happy with this one. Awesome. Yeah, analyze easy drum if you want to learn how to multi-track drums. There's also Superior Drummer if you want to get really nerdy. Superior Drummer probably has everything you could ever ask for, or that is even possible to give in the form of like a drum MIDI plugin. But it is a good deal. It is a good deal more expensive as well. So I mean, it's not outrageously expensive for what it is. It's just a good deal more than Easy Drummer. But all right, I think we're pretty much good here. I'm happy with the way this turned out. We hit right on time, which is just beautiful because I have somewhere to be. I'm kind of in a rush most Sundays, but that's all good. I still have time to make something cool. So thank you guys so much for coming out. I really appreciate all of you, and I will see you in the next video or stream, whichever one comes first. Happy producing. I said it.